What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the SG1 Sports SEC football channel, where we are focusing on the SEC, and we are going to be breaking down each of the SEC recruiting classes. We already did Alabama and Georgia over on the main channel, SG1 Sports. We'll be doing everyone else here on this channel, and today it's Texas A&M, the team that finished number 4 according to the 24/7 Sports Recruiting Service, and that's what we'll be using in this video. A team that really has to replace a lot from last season. 3 offensive linemen, basically the whole front 7, 2 safeties, top 2 tight ends, Travion Williams, the running back. I mean, this team really lost a lot, and there are high expectations for Texas A&M just because of the overall direction of the program and the way that they were able to recruit. But I would hold off on those expectations just a little bit because of what they have to replace. The future is very, very bright for Texas A&M. I just don't know if 2019 is going to be a top 10 type season. We start with players that have already enrolled at Texas A&M. DeMarvin Leal, big-time recruit at defensive tackle. He was a 5-star. Also, they add a 4-star tight end, a 4-star wide receiver, and a 4-star inside linebacker. So getting some key positions there. Again, a defensive lineman, a linebacker, tight end, which is going to be very important for them as well. And these players already on campus, they are enrolled and figure to get a head start on everyone else. Also, 4 more players that are already on campus. You get a 4-star defensive end, Derek Hunter. A pro-style quarterback, 3-star. Don't really expect a whole lot from him right away. Who knows, maybe he'll develop into a great player, but Kellen Mond has that spot locked down. Also a 3-star outside linebacker and a 3-star kicker. So 8 guys already on campus, enrolled and ready to go. Now we move on to the rest of the players. These guys are signed but not enrolled early. Big time pickup here on the offensive line. Kenyon Green, a 5-star offensive tackle. Huge recruit for them. A guy that could play right away, even though he's not enrolled early. Then a 4-star wide receiver, a 4-star safety, actually a pair of 4-star safeties, 4-star corner, and Isaiah Spiller, a 4-star running back who has a chance to play right away, of course, with Travion Williams gone, and he's also a legacy player. His dad was a tight end for Texas A&M. Moving on, we have a 4-star cornerback, a 4-star inside linebacker, a 4-star tight end. Very important position for Jimbo Fisher's offense. Kenyon Jackson, a 3-star wide receiver, a 3-star center, and then a 3-star defensive tackle. So yeah, the majority of this class is not on campus yet, and that could hurt them a little bit, especially when they need some of these guys to probably play right away. As we have 5 more guys in this class that are signed. You have a 3-star wide receiver, a 3-star outside linebacker, a 3-star athlete who is projected, I believe, to play cornerback. That's where we're going to put him in just a second. A 3-star offensive tackle, and a 3-star inside linebacker. Okay, so that's it for the class as far as players that are signed, but there are actually a couple of more commitments. I believe both of these players are having academic issues, and they may not be able to play in 2019, but they will be part of this class. It would be huge to get them because they are at a position of need, and that's the defensive line. They add 2 4-star defensive linemen, a defensive end, a defensive tackle. And again, don't know their status, their situation. Both guys still committed to Texas A&M, but they have to reach a certain level of academics to be able to sign. And I believe both guys are going to just sit out a year versus going the JUCO route if it comes down to that. So how does this class break down? We start with the offense. It would have been nice to sign someone else a little better at quarterback because of Nick Starkel transferring, but in the immediate future, Kellen Mond is the guy. He will be the starter in 2019. Running back, an area of major concern with Travion Williams gone. They've got a couple of guys that transfer from UCF that are figured to be pretty talented, but I don't know if there's a star in the backfield. Would have liked to have seen them maybe go out and get a top 5 running back, but it did not happen. Receiver, not really an area of concern, but they did add 4 receivers, 2 4-stars, 2 3-stars, and a very, very important position again at tight end. They had 2 4-stars. That was big for them. I expect both guys to be on the field playing right away. And then the offensive line, another area of concern. They didn't do great. Only signed 3 offensive linemen. They did get a huge pickup in a 5-star offensive tackle, but the other 2 offensive linemen were just 3 stars. So that is definitely a miss. You would have liked to have signed a little bit more on the offensive line, and they have young guys on the roster, but you're trying to get the Jimbo Fisher type players here on this team, and that is something to watch. We'll have to see how this offensive line does for Texas A&M next season. Again, they lost 3 starters on that offensive line. So if we're going to grade each position offensively, outside of the 2 tight ends, which again were very important, I don't think Texas A&M did a great job finding or filling their immediate needs. Yes, they got some great players, a lot of players that are going to do big things for this team in the future, probably. But outside of the 1 offensive tackle and maybe Spiller at running back, and again the tight ends, those guys, sure, maybe 4 of those guys are able to play and contribute right away. But everywhere else, I'm not sure. Again, they didn't really need receivers that bad, and they signed 4 of those. Would have liked to have maybe seen 1 or 2 of those guys be offensive linemen, or get a star running back, or a quarterback of the future, the next guy to take over for Kellen Mond. So we're going to give them a C on offense. Again, did a great job at tight end. Everywhere else they did solid, but just did not hit the home run at running back or quarterback, and did not do enough, in my opinion, on the offensive line. But still a great class offensively. They're building something special at Texas A&M, and a lot of these players are going to be a major part of that moving forward. So that's the offensive side. Now let's flip to the defensive side. Again, they really needed some help here. On the defensive line and defensive end, they added 2 players there, but again, one of them may not be able to play. That's only put the star there. So only 1 defensive end in this class that is for sure going to be part of the 2019 team. Defensive tackle, they did a good job getting a huge 5-star, 4-star there that again may not be able to play, and a 3-star. So if they had both of those guys that are their status is in question right now, if they were both able to play in 2019, I think they did a great job on the defensive line, adding 5 players, adding potentially 4 players that are going to be big time players for this defensive line. But because of that definitely hurts them, and we'll have to just see how it shakes out. Linebacker, they did pretty good. A couple of 4-star inside linebackers, 3 stars, 1 inside, 2 outside, and players switch positions and all of that, so you never know exactly where these guys are going to play. Texas A&M, I believe, just starts 2 linebackers, so they didn't need a ton of guys, and to get 2 4-stars, I think that's very solid for them. You look now at the secondary. They added 5 players in the secondary. The big need there was actually at the safety position. Lost a couple of safeties from last season. They did add a couple of 4-star safeties, so they took care of business there. At corner, they added 3, 2 4-stars and a 3-star. And like I said, players switch positions all the time. You've got corners moving to safety. You've got defensive ends moving to linebacker. So it's not like these positions are set in stone. But they did a good job boosting their depth in the secondary, and again getting a couple of 4-star safeties, which could definitely contribute right away for this team. Also, they had a kicker, so they get that taken care of. And if you look at this defensive class overall, I think it's an A if you had those 2 guys that are in question available right away. I don't know if it's an A+, but I think it's an A. They definitely took care of every need that they had. Without those players, maybe it drops down to a B, but that's really out of Texas A&M's control. So they did their part. They got the guys that they wanted, and I think they have a chance to build a really solid defense here. Again, they are replacing a lot from last season. The long-term future for Texas A&M, like I've said, is very, very bright. This program figures to be right up there with Alabama and Georgia in the SEC, the way that they are recruiting, the way that they are putting money into this program. They're going to compete for a national championship in the future if they continue on this path. And I think overall this recruiting class was good. I think they missed a little bit on offense. We'll give them a B- overall. So solid, but could have been better. What are your thoughts on this recruiting class? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports SEC Football Channel.